This week I'm driving the 2021 Mercedes-Benz Gla 45 AMG for Matic Plus. So the Gla is the smallest SUV in the Mercedes-Benz lineup. It's not a car, it's an SUV. And this one is the AMG version. This one is way more aggressive and also lots of power under the hood. First of all, you can notice it's an AMG biter grille in the front end, really aggressive. It's lower to the ground also than the normal GLA model. If you want something even more aggressive, you can opt for the aerodynamic package. You're gonna add a front lip in the front. If we step on the side, we can see some massive 21 inches wheels. And behind, we can notice the typical AMG big brakes, caliper, disc, and all that. So the name of this paint is called Designo Mountain Grey Magno. So this one I have no chrome on it, as you can notice, because it's got the night package. So the roof rack here, and also so all the chrome pieces gonna be in black. And if we step in the back, we have a small spoiler here. Once again, if you get the aerodynamic package, you get that big rally spoiler. I really like that, you know. And you got some quad exit exhaust on this AMG model to hear the sweet sound of your inbuilt AMG engine. Trunk-wise, this is where you see the difference between a normal hatchback and a small SUV like this one. You get more cargo space, it's deeper, it's more practical, so that's where you get more space. Under the hood of this Gla AMG, we can find a 4-cylinder, 2-liter turbo handcrafted by AMG, good for 382 horsepower and 354 foot-pounds of torque. This engine is matched to an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. Pretty powerful engine for the displacement. A lot of boost, but a lot of fun. All right, this is an AMG, so it's a performance machine, so it means there's a launch control. Yeah. You can do the 0 to 100 kilometers in about 4.4 seconds. It's a lot of fun. It feels like a rally car. So now I'm approaching my famous curve where I test all my cars. Let's see what this AMG's got. Such a good handling. This is due to the Matic Plus. Every time I really push, you know, AMG with the Matic Plus, it's just amazing, amazing handling. This all-wheel drive system, you can really push it and it's always there, you know, to catch you if you push a little bit too much. It's just amazing. So on the road with the Gla AMG, you don't really feel behind the wheel of an SUV, obviously. It feels like a big Volkswagen Golf GTI or a Golf R, but just oversized with a really good all-wheel drive. That's how it feels on the road. It's not, you know, super comfortable. It's not terrible, I could say. Now I'm in comfort mode, but obviously this is a performance machine. This is an AMG, so it's a little bit rougher on the road. We got some big wheels and also performance tires and all that. So on the road, it's not the most comfortable small SUV, but still, you know, the ride is okay. We got some good seats. It's still a Mercedes-Benz, you know, but you know, handling wise, as you can see with the Matic Plus, it's just fantastic. You can really push, you know, this little SUV, and it's just amazing in the curve, and just it's super sharp. It's so fun to drive, you know. This week had tons of fun, you know, driving this AMG version. It's kind of like funny looking from my point of view, you know, design wise, you know. It doesn't look super fancy. The look doesn't really match the price tag on this little SUV, but you know, a lot of fun to drive. This thing makes some great sound out of the exhaust. You get some pop, some crackling and all that when you shift the gears or downshift. I love that. It's always a lot of fun to have some sound. And it's pretty rare also. You have some good sound out of a 4-cylinder. This week you get some decent sound out of this small engine. A ton of power for this size of car, obviously. A lot of boost. Obviously, again, with a lot of boost. When you're not in the boost, it's kind of slowish, you know, I could say. But if you keep it always in that turbo boost, it's a lot of fun. Interior wise, you know, you're not disappointed, even if it's an entry base SUV in the Mercedes-Benz lineup. I know it's an AMG, but still the GLA, it's the entry base SUV. Inside, you feel inside of a Mercedes-Benz, great screen, awesome steering wheel. You got the AMG steering wheel on this one. I love the steering wheel. I love the paddle shifters. I love the switch. These are my favorite switches. Easy to use. You can switch from comfort to sport, sport plus, race, and all that. The model I'm driving this week's got all the option to put all these modes, so that's a lot of fun. On my left, on my steering wheel, you can adjust the setting you want. So on my steering wheel right now, I can easily change my suspension and my exhaust. And you'll find pretty much all the same button here in the metal console. So everything performance, everything AMG, really easy to use. But it's not the case for the screen. The infotainment is still Mercedes-Benz. It's still complicated. You have to get used to it. I don't like the mouse pad. You know, every time I'm inside of a Mercedes-Benz, for me, it's too complicated for nothing. Usually, you know, in some other products, the screen's gonna be super easy to use, and all the performance stuff's gonna be like hard to find, and you have to dig through the manual to find how to remove all the traction control and all of that. The Cadillacs are a little bit like that. Here, performance is easy. The rest, you know, navigation, the radio and all that, complicated. Inside also, you've got some nice finish, nice materials, especially the steering wheel and the seats. You've got that suede, the Dynamica suede, they call it. Really nice touch. It feels kind of sporty. You've got some red stitching, red seat belt and all that. You feel inside of AMG. So otherwise, you know, look-wise, it's pretty sharp. And you've got a awesome sound system. Everything match, you know, that AMG vibe, even if you're inside of kind of weird SUV. Fuel economy wise, you know, you can expect doing an average of 12 liters per 100 kilometers. This week I was averaging around 14 because I had a lot of fun with it to hear the exhaust and make it pop and all that, launch control. So it's kind of thirsty for a small engine. And this GLA is kind of heavy also. It's pretty much the same weight as Ford Mustang GT. So it's just underneath 4,000 pounds. It's 3,800 pounds something. So it's pretty heavy also. So this engine's got a lot of boost. So I have to you know, match that boost with a lot of fuel. So it's not super fuel efficient, I could say. If you're looking for something like this, maybe the AMG is kind of thirsty, but still a lot of fun, you know. You don't buy an AMG for the fuel economy in this kind of package. All right, now let's talk about the price. The model I'm driving this week, it's good for $76,750 Canadian, obviously. Pretty expensive, and this one's not fully loaded. There's a few options missing, the AMG seats and also the aerodynamic package with a big spoiler and all that. You can easily, you know, have a GLE AMG in the 80,000. It's, you know, it's pretty expensive. Base price for AMG is 60,500, but there's a lot of the good stuff missing, I could say, at that price point. You know, it's a unique type of SUV. I don't like to call it an SUV, but that's how they call it. It's super expensive from my point of view. It's a lot of fun, a lot of quality material, but you need someone who really wants this particular type of car to match that price tag. You know, with 80,000, you can buy a Yukon, you can buy a Chevrolet Corvette, you can buy, you know, a lot of things. You got plenty of choice. I know it's not the same thing, but still, just, you know, make your mind, you know, this car is about the same price as a base Corvette. You know, it makes you think, you know, it's really expensive, and that's why we don't see a lot of those on the road. And that makes this GLA 45 AMG pretty unique, and I had an awesome time to drive this car this week. I love those small, strange, with a lot of power, with the AMG power. That's what I love about AMG. So let me know in the comments, is it worth it to, you know, spend that amount of money for this small SUV, or is just way overpriced? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Also, I'm gonna put some link in the description. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything. Every time you guys subscribe and like and share, it's really appreciated. I can bring you more content to the channel. So we're gonna see each other on the next review.